Yo, what's good? We are back with another video from the Fat Electrician. Today we are checking out ALDI, the best grocery store on earth, Unhinged Case Files. So, I ain't gonna hold you long. I just want to go ahead and get into the video and let's see what he's talking about. Let's get it.
Today we're talking about my favorite grocery store, ladies and gentlemen, ALDI. I'm probably going to refer to it as ALDI's at least 50 times during this video because I'm from Iowa and that's what we call it here. Anyways, first a disclaimer and an ad. I'm not affiliated with ALDI in any way, shape, or form. They have not paid me to say anything I am about to say. I am, however, affiliated with today's sponsor, my favorite sporting goods store,
Just based off what he just said, I feel like this video is gonna be all the way unhinged, and I think it's like 13 minutes long. So yeah, this gonna be interesting. Oh, don't mind me, because I'm finna be sitting here eating. Mom's cooked some gumbo today, so I ain't had gumbo in a minute. So yeah, I'm gonna be sitting here grubbing. So y'all don't pay me no mind. Just pay attention to the video.
Fields. They're legitimately the best sporting goods store that I have ever been to in person. They have over 30 retail locations all across the United States, but if you can't make it to one, they have an even better online store with price matching and satisfaction guaranteed. I'm gonna have that link down below. Let's get back to the video. ALDI is a grocery store that does things completely different than any other grocery store that I've ever been to, and that is probably because they were founded in Germany in 1946. If you don't know, World War II ended in 1945, and living in Germany right after World War II was straight up not a good time. A ton of Germany's cities and infrastructure had essentially been reduced to rubble during World War II, and the entire country was going through a humongous economic depression to the point that people were doing the whole stereotypical wheelbarrow full of money to buy a loaf of bread thing. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you that the founders of ALDI, Carl and Theo Albrecht, are playing entrepreneur on hardcore mode. And obviously they did a good job at it because ALDI is a humongous chain of grocery stores today. So how on earth did these two brothers...
Put it down in the comments how many of y'all actually have ever been to an Aldi's before. I think I've only been in an Aldi's, I believe. I know for a fact once. It was in Tampa with a couple of friends of mine. But I don't think I've been to an Aldi's anywhere else other than that. But yeah, let me know in the comments y'all ever been to Aldi before and if y'all got it where y'all live at.
Launch a successful chain of grocery stores in Germany in 1946. They kept it simple. They were goal-oriented. They wanted to make money, and they knew that not everybody had a lot of money to spare, so they needed to sell everything cheap. In order to do that, they said, we're not going to have 50 different flavors from 12 different companies of every type of product. We're just going to have one of everything. Like, instead of having 15 different types of peanut butter, we just have one type of peanut butter, and that's how they got their products to be cheap, by focusing their buying power. Now, that...
Quite interesting, actually. Because like I said, I've only been to Aldi's once. So I never really paid attention to, how many of everything that they actually had. You know what I'm saying? Whether there was, 5 or 6 different types of peanut butter or how many different variations or whatever they had or whatever. So that I didn't pay attention to. But we actually got one not too far. It's across from Walmart, not too far from where I live at. So I might actually make that my business to go there this weekend just to see for myself if they actually have, a variety of like flavors when it comes to certain things. Like how you just showed all the peanut butter. See if there's only one type of peanut butter or how many types of peanut butter they might have or how many different versions of everything that they actually have. I want to go see.
That's the simple part, but where the true genius comes out is that they realized that they weren't going to make a lot of money per customer, so they had to maximize the amount of customers that they had. In order for that to happen, they realized that they needed customers to get in, get their shit, and get out so that more customers could come in. So they German engineered this entire grocery store to streamline the entire shopping experience to make it as fast as humanly possible. And oh boy did that work, because in the first 10 years, they went from one grocery store to 300 grocery stores. Then the two brothers, Carl and Theo, got in a huge fight because one of the brothers wanted to have cigarettes in the grocery store and the other brother adamantly was opposed to it. So they decided that they were going to split their massive business completely in half. They were going to have Aldi's North and Aldi's South. They literally just drew a line across Germany, said all these grocery stores are mine, all the ones down.
So they literally created grocery store, the same exact grocery store, sell all the same exact stuff, but only certain ones sell cigarettes and certain ones don't. Is that what you're telling me? I don't smoke, but that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that They're two brothers, and their disagreement was about selling cigarettes or not in the store. Mind you, you can buy cigarettes anywhere. But the fact that they had such an disagreement about the cigarettes, they decided to split the stores north and south to see which ones, and that basically determines which ones are going to sell cigarettes and which ones don't. That is wild.
There are yours. Yeah, capitalism and communism are splitting Germany east to west. Aldi's is splitting it north to south. But here's the thing, the brothers didn't have a falling out. They still worked together and they still wanted the other brother to succeed. So they were constantly sharing information with one another, and they would come together to make offers with manufacturers when they were buying so that they could utilize their buying power together. So you have Aldi's north and Aldi's south, basically the same thing. The only real difference is one sells cigarettes and they have a slightly different logo. Now, in America, due to trademark law, you can't have two grocery stores with the same exact name and a slightly different logo. So in America, we have Aldi and then we have Trader Joe's. But really, it's all just Aldi, and they kept the
Wait, hold on. Run that back by me again.
America, we have Aldi and then we have Trader Joe's. But really,
okay. I've only been to Trader Joe's once because I used to drive for a company and we used to have to run, because I live in Florida, so we used to have to run loads from Daytona, Florida, up to like the Carolinas or whatever, even in like Virginia, but we had to like make a turnaround and come all the way back in the same day. So it was kind of crazy the places that they put all these Trader Joe's in, because most of the facilities, they were all on like a plaza or whatever the case may be. So it was hard trying to back into the docks because of how weird the docks were. But I think I only went into a Trader Joe's like once, and they I think it's like a place where you can get like healthier food or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like a bunch of stepped on food, I guess you could say. But yeah, didn't even know that. So Trader Joe's and Aldi is pretty much the same people.
it's all just Aldi, and they kept the principles of cheap and fast until modern day, which is something that no other grocery store in America has managed to do. Not only have they not managed to do it, they intentionally do the opposite. Pretty much every other grocery store on the planet has figured out that time equals money, and the more time you spend in their store is the more money they can get out of you. Okay, I know that you've been in one of these gigantic grocery stores, but I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you anyways, okay? You walk through the door, congratulations, you've just entered capitalism's obesity thunderdome, because everything in this room is pretty much designed to hurt you, more or less. The first thing you're going to notice is that you're there for milk. Well, congratulations. The milk is all the way across the store in the far back corner, and they stuck it there on purpose because they know you need it, and now you have to walk past every fucking aisle in the store to get.
Hence the reason why you can't just go to Walmart for one thing. You're going to walk in there on your mind knowing that you got to go and get bread, you got to go get milk, you got to get cereal. And if you got kids, you probably got to get diapers. Okay. You're gonna walk in there expecting to spend maybe $40, $50, but you're gonna come out of there spending like 200, and then you're gonna be mad because part of that money was for some other bills that you were supposed to pay, and now you done spent this, so now you're gonna be spending all week struggling trying to figure out how you're gonna come up with the money that you just spent that you shouldn't have been spending in the first place. That's why I try to keep a one track mind. Like when I gotta go to Walmart, I don't even go to the front, because 9 times out of 10, what I need out of Walmart ain't nowhere near in the front of the store. It's always somewhere near the Tire Lube Express area. Um, so like I'm either going to get, like I either might have to go to electronics or something, or I might have to go in the clothing department, but it's directly in front of the electronics, so I don't have to go to the front of the store to get to it. And then I don't like checking out in the front of the store because it's always too many people. So it's easier to go check out back there in the electronics area because I only really have like a couple of items. It makes it easy. Or either go back there to the Tire Lube Express and check out. But yeah, you gotta have a one track mind when you're going to a Walmart somewhere like that.
To it. And pretty much every single aisle there is full of products where they have.
Let's see. Six traps. You ambushed by products, picking pricier items, top sellers in the middle of the aisle, multi-buy, mind game. So mix and match 4 for $6. Buy one get one free, 2 for $20. You think it's a good deal? Really, you're spending more than intended. It's true. Been down for bargains, so shops put what they want you to buy at eye level with bargains on the bottom shelf, hiding the eggs. So makes you walk past as many products as possible on the way. I'm telling you, it's a method to the madness of grocery shopping. But yeah, I one of the things I have noticed is the stuff that they do want you to buy. It's always at eye level, so it's like eye level and below is the stuff that's either cheap or cheaper, and all the better stuff for you is always at the top,
Hired a psychologist to
and it's
design
more
boxes
expensive.
with pretty colors to trigger your lizard brain to being like, oh my god, I have to have it. They're trying to get you to buy as much shit as humanly possible on your way to get milk, bread, and eggs. And I know what you're thinking, all those fancy marketing tactics don't work on me. Maybe, but hear me out. Next time you're in there, just do some people watching. You're gonna notice that a portion of the population, their brain can't handle going to a modern grocery store. They turn into zombies. They're pushing their cart, veering side to side. They can't even keep it straight as their head's turning to look at all the different pretty colors. There's people straight up just standing still at a wall of cereal like, as their brain desperately tries to calculate and process all this information regarding what type of Cheerios they need. There's people standing there with 2 different types of ranch in each hand, probably made from the same exact factory with the same exact ingredients, but they have different labels on them from different companies, and they don't know which one is going to be better for them. It's like the island of the lotus eaters from Greek mythology. They go there for one thing, and then they're stuck there for all of eternity. It's literally purgatory. This is why every other grocery store in America isn't just a grocery store. They also have a coffee shop, and a little restaurant, and a florist, and a pharmacy, and a bank where you can cash your check. They're trying to
Yep,
get
yep. That's Walmart exactly. You go to Walmart, you got the eye place and everything. You can get your eyes checked and all that. Get glasses. There's a hair salon in there. Um, we have I think a nail shop in our Walmart, so you can go get your manicures and pedicures and all that. There's a Dunkin' Donuts in there. There's a bank in there, and then you still got the money center at Walmart, so you can go get your checks cashed and all that kind of stuff in there. Every Walmart got a pharmacy in it. Yeah, he ain't lying. But like now, if you go to Publix, there ain't nothing else in Publix. It's everything in there is just Publix. You know what I'm saying? So Publix just has the stuff that comes in a normal grocery store. So you got your pharmacy, and then you got the all your regular stuff. So you got the regular food areas, like you got the deli, and all that kind of stuff. But then like up front, you just got the other area, customer service area. But that's it. When you go to Publix, it ain't none of that extra stuff in there. But Walmart, on the other hand, oh no, everything is in there.
any excuse to get you to come into their store for a second because they know once you set foot in there, you're going to be in there for at least an hour and a half trying to figure out what type of products you need. And if that
Not
doesn't
me.
convince you that they're trying to trap you in there, checking out in a grocery store today will, okay? The first thing you're going to notice with your cart full of groceries, there's 30 different lanes. One of them
Yep.
is open and it's the one furthest away from the door. So obviously you're
Yep.
going to have to spend some time waiting in line because there's only one checkout register open and it moves slower than the DMV in Zootopia.
That is exactly why you got to go to Walmart. Or see, you can't go to Walmart in the wee hours of the morning no more because ever since COVID, um, all the WalMarts are closed. They're not open 24 hours no more like they used to be, where you can go at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and do your grocery shopping. Now you got to go when everybody else is there, or early in the morning before everybody hit Walmart. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy.
Yeah. And while you're waiting, you probably couldn't help but notice that there is a mountain of candy on either side of you as they desperately try to make that one last sale. But you avoid temptation and it is now your turn. You're up next. You are getting checked out at the grocery store. You're almost out of here. And that's when you realize that this is now turned into an interrogation. Okay, they're gonna open up by taunting you. They're gonna say something along the lines of, did you find everything you were looking for today, sir? They know you found everything you were looking for because you just stood in line that says I found all the shit I needed, but they're gonna go ahead and rub it in your face because they knew it took you forever to figure out which flavor of ranch that you wanted. And just for the record, when I say they're taunting you, I'm not talking about the cashier themselves. They're just doing their job. They're doing what they were told to do. The CEO of the company, on the other hand, is laughing his ass off at you. I was a cashier at a grocery store for 5 years, and in 5 years, 0 people said they didn't find everything they were looking for. Okay, that entire question is just to fuck with you. But this is a portion where they're gonna start playing hardball. They want to harvest as much information as possible. It's gonna be like, oh, did you have our fucking little super duper saver card where you spend $800 in groceries and we give you like 12 cents off of a gallon of gas? And you're gonna be like, no, I don't. Oh, did you want one? No, I don't, because I know for a fact that as soon as I give you my name, my email address, my address, and my phone number, you're gonna...
Y'all finna send me about 1,000 emails a day trying to give me coupons for this or promotion for this or whatever the case may be. I don't want it. Y'all ain't getting my number, you ain't getting my email, no none of that. And then speaking of that, god dang Walgreens and CVS, I need y'all to do something about them receipts, cause y'all receipts be long as train smoke. It don't make no sense to have that many, that long of a receipt for 2 items. It's crazy. Y'all gotta stop that.
turn around and sell it to a data broker, and then I'm gonna have robots calling my phone for the next 10 fucking years, because that's exactly why they asked for that information, so they can turn around and sell it. Because there is a total of 0 gigantic superstores that are giving away shit for free, okay? Nothing is ever free. If it's free, it's because you're the product. And then because you had the audacity to tell them no, they're gonna shame more money out of you. They're gonna hit you with the old, did you want to round your total up today for puppies with maggots in their eyes? Really? You're gonna hit me with that with a full line of people behind me? For real? Every time we get all the
Hey, bro, who even thinks of that? Puppies with maggots in their eyes, bro? Come on, man. Cut it out.
maggots out of a puppy's eyes, we donate it to an orphanage so they have some type of family. Also, by the way, fuck, fine, okay, I'll take the money, whatever, just give me my groceries, I have to go. Okay, so that's your average grocery store, but Aldi's, on the other hand, is a goddamn masterpiece, okay? Can German engineering win a world war? Absolutely not, but holy fuck can it build a grocery store, because immediately upon approaching Aldi's, you're gonna be like, oh, all the carts are outside. That's fine, I'm gonna go grab one. And as you're walking towards the carts, you see the enormous "We're hiring" banner across the front of the store, and it says that they pay all their employees anywhere between $18.50 and $25 an hour starting rate. So now you're already kind of feeling good because, hey, this company takes care of their employees. Then you get to the shopping carts and you're like, oh shit, you actually have to take a quarter, stick it into this little slot, and unlock it from all the other carts. And at first you're like, oh, that's a really clever idea, because now people are going to put their own carts back so they can keep their quarter. That way they're going to save a bunch of money on labor by not having to have somebody go drag carts in from the parking lot all day long. And that's true, that is part of it. But the other part that you're not thinking about, this is actually an IQ test, you see, because if you're not fucking smart enough to remember to bring a quarter, guess what? You can't really shop here. And that doesn't...
Man, look. And today is we in the day of the tap and pay. So most people ain't walking around with change in their pocket. I mean, some people got, women, they probably got about $20 worth of change in their purse. Cause they just drop it in there. They ain't got no little dedicated spot to put the change in, you know what I mean? But men, most of us don't even like carrying cash. You know what I'm saying? Cause we don't like a whole bunch of stuff in our pockets. I know I don't. I keep my wallet with all my cards in it, and my phone in the other pocket, and my keys be on my belt loop. I hate having change in my pocket. I hate it. As soon as I get home, I got a jar that I put change in. I hate having change.
Sound like a big deal, but I'm telling you right now, it's a huge deal, because as soon as you step into Aldi's, you're gonna notice a distinct lack of motherfuckers in the way. Everybody in there is there to get their shit and get out because they have stuff to do. Speaking of which, as soon as you walk into the store, there's no grand opening area where you get to walk down all the other aisles and weave in and out and do all this bullshit. You walk in, you're in aisle 1. You have to turn left. There's only one way to go. Now all of the traffic is going the same fucking direction. It's engineered to perfection. You walk in the door, you go down aisle 1, you go down aisle 2, you go down aisle 3, you go down aisle 4, and then there's checkout because there's only 4 aisles in Aldi's. It's perfect. Aldi's is one quarter the size of your average grocery store, and it only stocks about 1,600 items, and your average grocery store stocks over 30,000 items. And at first you're like, well, that doesn't sound very good, but no, it's actually perfect because guess what? You need Cheerios? They've got Cheerios, but it's only one type of Cheerios. You don't have people standing in the middle of the aisle, clogging up traffic, taking forever.
You ain't lying. All this is like, it's either the same size as a CVS or smaller. It's really not big at all. But the one that's down the road from where I live at, it's always people there. It's always busy.
Grab your Cheerios and keep it moving. Generic brands never taste as good as a name brand. I mean, sometimes, sure, but like 90% of the time, it's the same exact product made in the same factory and it just has a different box. And Aldi knows that, and they went out of their way to prove it. And to prove it, they went to the biggest brand snobs on the planet, wine people. You know, the same people that can apparently waft or taste a wine and be able to tell how wet or how dry it was the year that those grapes were harvested. Yeah, Aldi enters wine competitions and wins all the time with their $5 bottle of wine. So now it's time to check out. You get to the checkout lane, everything looks completely normal. It's like...
And who says you have to spend a whole lot of money to get good wine?
Every other checkout lane in every other grocery store that you've ever been to, except for it's not. This is not your normal cashier. This is like the NASCAR pit crew of cashiers. This is the fastest person at ringing out groceries you've ever met in your entire life. He's gonna get to your groceries on the little conveyor belt. He's gonna acknowledge that you exist, like, how's it going? And then you're gonna say good, and then you're gonna look down and all your groceries are already back in your cart. And that's when you're gonna be like, oh shit, what is happening right now? And you're gonna realize that he's not standing up like every other grocery store on the planet. He's sitting down in a chair, and you're gonna be like, that's kind of cool. And then in the back of your head, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, why did the grocery store that I worked at for 5 years all through high school make me stand up for absolutely no reason? Hi V, give me an answer. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say because sitting down doesn't look professional, okay? Listen to me. That's fucking dumb. Just because you're making money.
Yeah. Just because you're making money at a place don't mean you can't sit down. Now, some jobs require you to sit down. You can look professional sitting down, which is why you got people that work in offices. They sit down. You know, you got lawyers, you got people that work in, you know, doctors' offices, so on and so forth. People got to wear suits and ties and so on and so forth. And most of the time, they sitting down. You know, they ain't got to be up, walking around, do everything and make money.
And working doesn't mean you need to be physically uncomfortable for no fucking reason, okay? Then you're gonna look over at your groceries and you're gonna be like, oh shit, every single box or every single product has like 5 barcodes on it. That way the cashier doesn't have to search around for a barcode. He can just kind of shit whip it across the laser and it's gonna catch it every time. That's how he managed to ring your groceries up at the speed of light. And then the cashier is gonna give you your total, and it's literally like half of what you were expecting it was gonna be, because apparently the front door at Aldi's is a magical...
Wait, go back.
Catch it every time. That's how he managed to ring your groceries up at the speed of light. And then the cashier is going to give you your total, and it's literally like half of what you were expecting it was going to be.
Okay, I'm finna go start shopping at Aldi, because what? I knew they was a little bit cheaper, but okay. I think I might just go start shopping over there, because Publix and doggone Walmart, I swear it's like highway robbery. Dang, parfait. I like the parfaits that I can get at Publix, you know, because it's on my way to work. So whenever I get up, you know, like in the mornings where I gotta be up at 7, I can just run past Publix and grab me a parfait. $5 for a parfait. Crazy.
Because apparently the front door at Aldi's is a magical portal that takes you into the past where groceries used to be cheap. So then you grab your cart full of groceries, walk off to the side, there's a huge counter with a bunch of boxes. You put your groceries in the boxes, put them in your cart, take that shit out to your car, and you're done. You went through the entire store, you went through every aisle, and got through checkout in literally less than 10 minutes. It's amazing. So yeah, that's Aldi's entire MO. Be fast and be cheap, and it works out amazing. They're the only grocery store in the country that I'm aware of that is just trying to be a grocery store. What do? They sell groceries. They don't have a pharmacist. They don't have a florist. They don't have a bank where you can cash your check. They don't even have a customer service counter, and you can't call them. They don't take phone calls from the public. You can go on their website and they straight up tell you, yeah, we don't take phone calls from the public because our employees' time is too valuable because they're busy selling groceries. And a lot of people probably think that that's horrible customer service, and maybe they're right, but what you're not considering is a lot of people don't always want good customer service, okay? Me, personally, I don't want to be Nick. I don't want to be an individual that needs to be treated special when I'm in the grocery store. I just want to be treated like a number. I want to get through this process as fast as humanly possible so I can get back to doing stuff that I actually care about. And I think a lot of other people feel the exact same way. And I know that because Aldi has been the fastest growing grocery store in the country for years now. And according to the Food Institute, they are ranked the #1 grocery store.
Yeah, that was at the end of 22. So I wonder if that still holds up today. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Store according to consumers. And you want to know who's #2? Trader Joe's, which is also Aldi. They are at first and second place. They are quite literally just competing with themselves to be #1, and I'm pretty sure it's because they're the only ones that are just trying to be a grocery store. As it turns out, when you only care about doing one thing, you end up being pretty good at it. And I think that's the big takeaway from this case study. Aldi's key to success is they figured out the one thing they wanted to do, then they figure out how to do it fast, cheap, and still deliver a good product, and everything else just works out. Meanwhile, all the other grocery stores were too worried about competing with Walmart, and now they're not even really grocery stores anymore. They're just Walmart knockoffs that don't sell video games. So in conclusion, that's how Aldi became the last true grocery store. If you have a company that you want me to talk about next, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang, out.
All right, y'all. So that was the Fat Electrician talking about Aldi being the best grocery store on earth. I tell you what, I think I'm gonna have to start going shopping at Aldi a little bit more often. Cause I look, like I said, I've only been in there like once, so I'm gonna have to go back in there again, especially the one over here by where I live at. Cause I drive past it all the time, and I don't never go in there. Um, but yeah, make sure y'all go to his page and subscribe to him, show him some love over there. And if you did like the video and you want to see more just like this, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so that way you can catch all the new videos when they drop. So till next time, we out of there.